guys, welcome back to another vlog. I'm so excited for today's video because I'm getting ready for the new year. I'm gonna be setting some intentions, some goals, some focuses. I'm gonna show you exactly what I do to kind of get my head freshened up, ready, so that I can tackle the new year. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Al and I am mum to these cuties. They're our twins. They're about to go down for their nap, and when they go down for their nap, I'm gonna use that time to get ready for the new year, basically. Yeah. I'll see you guys in a bit when things are I'll see you guys in a little bit when things are a little less chaotic. That is so much better. The babies are down for a nap. I'm crossing my fingers because Rue is going through a whole sleep thing at the moment. So I can hear him, he'll like talk away to himself and then fall asleep. I think he's practicing new words. But anyway, this is like the best it's going to get. I have cleared the table. If you watched one of my, I think it was my like 2 Vlogmases ago, my husband Dave and I, we were tidying up the house, getting it ready for family, and we had the house looking so spick and span. Things are starting to creep back into, you know, how they were, which is not great, and that's definitely, I'm to blame. Like, have a look at this. Off camera there in the corner, that used to be our storage spot, and that's where I've put everything that was on the table. The only thing that I've still got here are these after 8s. I'm a sucker for like chocolate peppermint candies around Christmas. I had these on Christmas Day, and anyway, I might still have one of those, not sure. But yeah, so today I'm going to tidy up that little pile of stuff. It's not going to be storage HQ any longer, but I wanted to clear the table. I made myself a yummy coffee. This coffee is keto friendly. I have lots of keto recipes on my Instagram. If you're not following me there, make sure you go over and check me out. My highlights are completely full of keto and low carb recipes, and I have a whole highlight dedicated to keto coffee. I love a coffee. So I've made myself that. Dave is working away in the office today, so you might see him in the background, but I've parked up here on the table because I want to make a start at least on activity to kind of unpack the year that was and sort of get some clarity on where I want things to go for 2023. I can't remember how far I got into my intro because the babies might have interrupted me, but it is a new year, and I know that goal setting isn't something that everybody's into. I personally love it. I just love taking some time at the end of the year. It doesn't have to be this intense. Like, I have never done what I'm doing today before. I've normally just kind of gone for, like, I've probably dedicated like a whole day previously just to kind of being alone in my own thoughts, going for a big long walk and just kind of thinking about where I would like things to go for the next year. I do like to write things down because I'm that kind of person who likes pen to paper, literally got a pen in my hand. And previously as well, I have actually made physical vision boards, like gotten an acrylic and like pasted things and put things on a vision board, which I also love having that visual reminder that's in front of me. Now I just don't have the time to dedicate that kind of amount of time to getting my head straight and figure out what I want to do for the next year. So today it's going to be condensed, but it's still going to be effective. So if you are short on time but you want to spend a little bit on dedicating it to you and figuring out where you'd like your goals to be headed for 2023, then what I'm doing might be perfect for you. I'll bring you along and show you what I'm doing today. It's going to be bitsy around the twin schedule, but first things first is my sister-in-law told me about a free workbook that is available from a writer called Susanna Conway, which I went and got printed out because our printer was out of ink, so I had to pop out super quickly this morning. There are 2 free workbooks that you can get. I'll leave a link in the description box below where you can click and get them. You just enter your email address and they are sent to your inbox. The first is Unravel Your Year, and I've had a look through Unravel Your Year, and it looks to be kind of 2 parts. The first part is looking at the year previously. So it takes you through 2022. There's a whole section on farewell 2022, and then it does take you through month by month about what happened and how you would describe that month, anything that stood out to you, anything that was challenging, the things that fired you up and got you excited. To be honest, I really can't even remember month by month what happened last year. It was genuinely such a blur. There are a few months that stand out to me, but yeah, last year was a really challenging year for lots of reasons. It was obviously like last year. When you guys are watching this video, it is 2023, so sorry if I'm kind of switching in between. But 2022 was such an incredible year for me and my husband, because we started our family. We have Revy and Rue, who are just the light of our life. We love them so much, and I can't imagine a life without them. But it was also so challenging. It was huge changes. We were learning how to be parents on the fly. We were adapting to so many different things, and we honestly had a really challenging year personally with family as well. It's just been a lot. So it was a big year of personal development for Dave and I in so many ways, but month by month it's a little bit hard to kind of tell you exactly what happened. There are some prompts in the first part of this workbook which I think are really great. So even if you don't want to get the workbook but you want to just write down the prompts in your own kind of journal and just reflect and think back, then some of these prompts might be options for you. The first one is, what has changed about you in the last 12 months? What feels different now? What supported you most in 2022? What's really helped? What exhausted you in 2022? What did you let go of this year and how did you feel about it? What new priorities did you uncover in 2022? If your body could talk, what has it been saying in 2022? Have you taken care of yourself physically? Have you taken care of yourself mentally? Have you taken care of yourself emotionally? What's worked? What needs improvement? And then it takes you through things that you want to release that happened in 2022, things that you are grateful for, things that you're proud for. Lots of really cool prompts. Once you get through that, you are then into figuring out where you want to go to 2023. So there's lots of questions about that. So I'm going to work through that workbook. The second workbook in the bundle that you get is Find Your Word. So find your word, and this takes you through different prompts for how to find what the word of 2023 is. And I think that's really cool. This is broken down into 4 days, so really over 4 days it gives you a chance to reflect and think back on your word. Again, I don't really have time for that, so I'm just going to work through it and see what I can get done in the time that I have now. The Unravel Your Year workbook has a second part, so once you've gotten through planning what you would like for 2023, there are then monthly check-ins. So this is something that I think I'm going to do throughout next year as well for 2023, and just kind of do little updates and kind of look at the year and see how things are going and be able to track like how the progress is. I already have a really fair idea of what my goals or intentions are for this next year and the things that I want to focus on. I have already kind of thought about the things that I really want to hold that are important to me and want to keep close to me. So I've got kind of a good idea about that, but I think it would be awesome to check in and see how I'm going with those goals each month, particularly because, and I talked about this on my Instagram this morning, I'm nervous about setting goals for 2023 only because I don't have the same flexibility with my schedule that I used to have. I used to be able to kind of make a goal and I was only accountable to myself because it was really my own schedule that either made it or broke it, whether or not I'd be able to do something. So for example, one of my goals this year is to get back into a workout routine. And this last year I haven't done that. I haven't been able to do that. I mean, maybe I could have, I don't know. It's felt so hard. And in setting that goal for 2023, it's like all of a sudden I'm going to be accountable for getting my workout in at a certain time and adhering to it and that kind of thing, which scares me because the twins are so unpredictable. But I also had to remind myself that even though I have that goal and that's something that I would like to make a focus for next year, it's okay that I won't be perfect at it. It's okay that I'm going to fail some days, and that's just part of it. So it'll be interesting to track it each month and see where things are at, how things are going. So if you are hesitant about making goals or kind of setting out intentions for the year ahead because you're worried that you're going to fail, like me, then hopefully that helps to kind of alleviate that stress for you. That was so fun. I did have to work through it pretty quickly because I literally don't know how much time I have, but that was really cool. I can definitely see, like, if you have a couple of hours just to dedicate to those workbooks, that would be so cool. But in the time that I had, I did get some cool things. Let me share them with you. So what was interesting is I was thinking back about 2022. The things that exhausted me, that jumped out to me, the words were comparison and justification, because I felt like I was constantly comparing myself to other people who were in a totally different either life stage than me or different circumstances than me. And that was such a pointless thing to do, you know, like to be hard on myself rather than just allow myself just to be in the place that I was in. So comparison, and also I'd compare people who had more family support. For like when the twins were really, really little, it was just Dave and I, and it wasn't until I reached out to my family and said that we really were struggling and needed some more help. They thought we had it all under control, and I mean, we were making do, but we were just so tired and it was just so hard. So once I reached out and I made that connection with them, things got a lot better and it was really good. Other thing that with justification, a lot of that's happened through Instagram. As I've shared my life this year, never before, like when you have kids, people have major opinions on everything. And on Instagram, on YouTube, like you just share snippets. I love YouTube because I get to share more, but definitely on Instagram, you just see a small snapshot and you don't maybe understand the whole picture and what's been going on. So I was like justifying myself and why we had done certain things and why we made certain choices, and I just need to stop. Like, people will send messages, people will tell me their thoughts, and that's great. I just need to kind of like just repel it and be like, so happy that you feel that way and you've found what works for you, and not take that on board and respond justifying why we've done something. There's a major difference between someone just being curious and wanting to know if something's worked for you because they're also interested in that. But yeah, there are other messages in there as well that I feel like I just have to justify myself, and I don't, because we're all just living our life. So that was really interesting to be able to do that exercise and figure out that those things are what I really want to leave in 2022 and move forward with, other things. Last year, my biggest supports were 1000% Dave. My family, once they jumped on board, like we could not have done this year without them, honestly. And also friends who have just been there for us and supported us and encouraged us through such a challenging year with major changes. But looking at 2023, the things I really want to focus on going forward are my relationship with Dave. My marriage this year has taken a back seat to the twins. The twins' needs, everything like that, that comes first. But going forward into 2023, I really want to prioritize time with Dave and have real quality time. So I have a plan around that already that I've been thinking about when I came up with that as one of my goals. And that includes setting aside, I'm just making a note here, setting aside time each month. I really want to do it fortnightly if we can. So twice a month, doing 2 dates a month. One date will be at home, like a at-home date night, which we did a couple over Christmas and they were really fun. And going out once a month. We'll see how we go. It might not work out every month, but we'll give that a go. So I want to set aside time for just us. I also want to get, like I said, back into a fitness routine. I really have been missing that. I'd like to feel stronger in my body. I would like to tone up my body. I would like it for the stress relief and the mental health component of it, because it's a really great way to kind of process anxiety and feeling like worried and stressed and all that kind of thing. I also would love to do some travel in 2023. I would love to do some travel. Dave and I have got a year left with the twins before we have to start paying for the airfares. So I would love to try to do some trips with them if we can. I also would like to grow my businesses. I have Welle Club, which is my healthy lifestyle and recipe app, Well Essentials, which is our healthy supplement line. I would love to grow those. I'd also love to find and work with some dream kind of partners on my Instagram. So those are things that I would love to do. This year I have felt like I've just been surviving and trying to just like keep things stable. But I haven't been able to kind of, I feel, move forward in my work. I've just been trying to like tread water. So I would love to see some movement there. And I'd also love to make more time for my friends. I talked about this on my podcast, which is the Iced Coffee Club podcast with my co-host and friend Holly. I talked about how I really struggled in 2022 with feeling like I was a really bad friend because I just didn't have time to see anyone. And I'd love to make more time for my friendships. And of course, last goal is just being a really present, active mum to our babies. I just want to be a loving mum and continue to grow in my new identity as a mum. Ultimately, I'd like to, I'm just making a note here, identify personal style and also get into a better routine. My routine is totally out of whack because I stay up late until the babies want to do their first feed, which can be like 1:30, 2 a.m. Crazy, I know. And then when I'm up with them throughout the night, and then Dave gets up with them at 6, and then I go back to bed and have a sleep. But sometimes it's a short sleep from like 6 till 7. Sometimes it's a sleep from 6 till 9, and I hate waking up at 9 and then like, you know, doing my wake up process. So I don't really feel like I really start the day until like 10:30, and I hate that. So those are kind of my goals and where I want to head with things. Now that I know what my focuses are, I want to create a vision board that I can keep and have with me to kind of motivate me and keep me on track this year. Once I have my goals, intentions, all of that stuff set up, the next thing I love to do every year going into a fresh year is having like a clean space. So you saw that little area that I need to tidy up out in the lounge, my little storage nook. The other space that I really want to tidy up that I'm going to today, so it's all ready to go, is my office. Dave and I share an office. I have moved into, oh, baby's awake. I've moved in and we share an office space and it just gets really cluttered. So this is the before. I'm gonna get back into that in a moment. I'm just gonna get up little boily. It's a lot later now. We've put the babies to bed. Dave's finished work, so he's just chilling in here.
Hey guys.
And I was telling him that one of my goals before getting prepped for the new year is just to tidy up the space in the office. To be nice and clean and pristine going into the new year. So here I go. Not feeling motivated at all, but I know once I start, I'll get into it. So I'm gonna put on a podcast and get stuck into it. It looks so much better. This looks so nice and tidy and ready for the new year. I was talking before about doing like a vision board, and this is the vision board that I made. This was a couple of years ago. I really was excited about starting a family with Dave. I'm really into like healthy eating. I still am, and that kind of thing. But yeah, this part here has definitely come to fruition. And I just kept that kind of to the side there, so I would like look down and see it, but it's no longer relevant. And I would like to make one that I can have as my desktop. I still to this day have the most boring computer desktop, and the way in which I'm going to make it is on Canva. I love Canva. You can just use it with a free account. So what you can do is you can just go into your home page and search up here literally for vision board, and you'll see there's lots of different templates that are available for you to choose from. One little hack, if you haven't used Canva before, is if you see one that you like but it's not the like size that you want. So some of these ones here say like phone wallpaper, which are like, you know, to go on your phone obviously. And then some of them are desktop wallpaper. And because I want to have it as my desktop, you can click into the one you like. I actually like this one here. And you can go customize template, which will open it up in another screen. And if you come to resize, you can then go resize and say desktop wallpaper. Hit copy and resize, and it will open it up on another screen, and it will be now the right size. So you'll have to kind of, I'm just copying and pasting like to fill it out, and then that way you can fill it up. The way in which I get all my images for even this one here, actually, when I did my physical vision board, I like to go onto Pinterest and create a secret board, which means I can then find pins that sort of go with the words that I identified when I was doing the workbook. One of my words were travel. So if I click on travel aesthetic, for example, and then I'm going to get these pins. So what you can do is you can either add them to like a secret board or click download image. And once they download, add them to a folder on your desktop. I'm just going to put it here for now. And then once it's on your desktop, you can literally just drag them into Canva, and they'll upload as an image. So that way you can then drag your image over and drop it in and customize your vision board that way. I'm not sure if I shared all of my words for the year. I might have. I really want to focus on acceptance as a word, acceptance for myself and like where I'm at currently in this chapter of my life, so that I'm not super hard on myself if I don't achieve a goal perfectly every day, and also that I don't compare myself to others who don't have the same, I want to say obstacles, just the same challenges that I have. And that's so stupid to kind of, it's like comparing apples to oranges. And so acceptance, love, because I really want to prioritize time with Dave. I was telling him that earlier. Family, because being a mum is like so important to me, and being the best mum that I can is really important. So spending time with my family is really, really important. I also have the word growth. I would love to expand and grow my businesses and see some sort of movement there. My other word, and I think the other word that I had was confidence, just to be more confident and have more self-belief in what I'm doing and who I am. And part of that is just adjusting into the new identity that I have. There was so many changes last year, and it is still taking me some time to kind of feel like it all fits, you know, because I've only been a mum for almost a year, but it's still some days like I can't believe it, because it's like doesn't feel like it's like my identity. Really hard to explain. So I want to feel just like hopefully more confident, and that only happens over time. Like the older I get, the more confident I feel, but it is still an ongoing journey. So once I have this vision board done, I'm going to add it to the background of my computer on my desktop, and then I have a place to look and see my vision board. And throughout the year as well, like I said, I'll do check-ins each month so we can see like how things are going. We can see where things are at with my goals. I would love to hear about your goals. If you haven't already, drop a comment below. Let me know what you're focusing on for the new year. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit different from what I normally share, but I am feeling really excited, refreshed, and recharged for the year ahead. And I hope that you're feeling the same. If you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe, because I upload new videos every single week. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. The support means the world. I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.